right, here is the video review for Fans Hobby Master Builder MB-24 LERNAEAN, which is it is their version of Hydra. And if you know your mythology, LERNAEAN is in fact a reference to that. And if you don't know the mythology, then it's the Iliad, it's Homer, read a book. Which, if you get that reference, you get a cookie, and you can be my best friend. Anyway, he's a jet. He's cool. He flies. He's got his landing gear down. He actually has twisty landing gear, the way they fold up in here, which is neat. We'll show that off in a minute. But yeah, red, purple, dark gray. He does come with stickers to make the lightning bolts. And one, I did okay with them, except both of them, despite being very careful, ripped right here at this thin part. This one actually didn't rip all the way through. This one actually did, and I tried to get it as close as possible when I pushed it onto the thing. But there's also some texture under here that makes them, you can see there's some imperfections now on the surface of the sticker because of the molding on the wing. So it's up to you if you want to use them. The ones back here on the tail and the other ones elsewhere on the figure are great. Those are just mild things. I'm going to try to be a little bit more careful and maybe move it a little further down so it's not rubbing up here under here when the Darkwing version arrives. But anyway, he's a cool jet. Like I said, landing gear. And here you fold up this panel, fold that up, and then down here, like I said, the wheels rotate, and then you open this panel underneath them, and they fold into the leg like that, which is kind of cool. And then they're gone. He does have the movable wings, and what's cool is, like, if you have them all the way back, there's a slot for the guns here, and then if you move them up into the straight side-to-side position here, there's a secondary gun attachment point that you'll also use in the combined jet mode to attach the guns under the wing, which is cool. There you go. It's just nice that they thought about that. So you can deploy the guns under the wing in either mode. Speaking of his pal, now he's off of his landing gear, but here he is with Destroyer. And he comes with his power pilot, just like Destroyer did. And there's little panels here. You kind of got to get your thumbnail. There's a couple little thumb cutouts right here in the middle of this pylon. You can open that up and stick him in like that. He does also come with a new torso for Buster's, or for Destroyer's pilot. And that's because if you see the silver bit on the back of it, this is the old torso. And it's all ball joints. You don't unscrew anything. You just pop the ball joints out, pop them onto the new torso. But you can see there's a lot less silver poking out. They thinned out the engine piece on the back. It's still there. All the detail's still there. It just doesn't come out as far away from the body, so it doesn't interfere with this thing when it comes down or when you're covering it up. So, yeah, just a nice little... And the thing is, like, I haven't found a way yet. It may be possible. I haven't found a way yet to keep his power pilot in when combining. And it may just be a matter of how you do it, because this has to flip back, and then it's just a pain to get this open because you need to have these closed to get the wings to rotate. So it may be possible. I haven't figured out how to do it yet, but you can leave his power pilot in for combined mode. The combined mode instructions are not in the manual. You get a QR code here to link to the combined mode instructions. You can see there's a picture of what it looks like combined. We'll do that here as quickly as possible. It takes a little doing. And first off, we'll need to prep Destroyer. So we'll come up here, go ahead and pop the guns off and fold up the landing gear. And fold up his landing gear. And basically, you're just going to kind of shorten him in exactly the way you'd expect. You're going to lift this up, push that engine in, open up these, pretty much transform this the way we would to robot mode, and bring this up here. And then the wings, they should slide all the way down, and they have to go all the way down. You lift this up, you want to get this notch all the way down here in the bottom of the slot. And the thing is, for the most part, you can get it low, But when you get to here, there's a little, in the slidey hole, you can see the little post that this screw holding it together is, and you kind of have to bend this in a way that I'm not comfortable with to really wiggle it down to get it all the way down. Actually, now that I've done it once, it's not so bad. So maybe it gets easier over time. But you got to bring them all the way down. Then the wings in themselves slide all the way down here on this bar. And you'll know you did it right because then the arms will tab into the wing just like they do in the upper part of when they're slid forward. So plug that back in. Come on, there we go. And then this will just sit, go back in where it normally does, like that. And the tabs for the thing will sit right under these slots right here. Bring that all the way up. And there you've essentially got him ready to combine. There's some cool locking bits here. And then there's this little post right here. These little tabs are where he's going to lock in from behind on LERNAEAN. So we'll set him off to the side here. And then LERNAEAN, like I said, we're going to go ahead and pop the guns off. I wish this were a little easier because you have to kind of partially transform the legs to get this all together. But whatever. So we'll go ahead and pop this up. I don't think... well, maybe we can. Let's see if we can't leave the power pilot in there. But you open up the tail fin there. This is going to end up, as you can see, flip back like this. But we need these up out of the way here. That's for robot mode, but... okay, I'm going to get these out of the way because we've got to flip the wings. And to flip the wings, we've got to move the arms out of the way. They can kind of tilt forward a little bit. But we got to get split the legs. You got to untab this, untab this. You're seeing a lot of how we get to robot mode because we got to get the feet out from under here. And like I said, it would have been nice if there was just an easy way to extend extend these out a little bit further so they don't have to do this, because basically we're moving all of this stuff just so we have the clearance to flip the wings over here. And like I said, it would be nice if these could have just pulled out maybe just a little bit further and then just had to rotate without having to pull all this stuff apart. But anyway, once that's done, you put everything back where it was on the lower half. Get the arm up, tuck that in under there, rotate the arm back around, rotate the arm back around, and then we'll go ahead and bring this piece together, put the jet engines back in place down here, leave the tail split. And now at this point, maybe we can go ahead and put power pilot back in. You can see his head hiding in there. Oh, nope, wrong way. Let's see, maybe we can make this work. Oh, okay, I guess we can. It's just a matter of you have to close those up. There we go, now you're all the way in. To rotate the wings. And then essentially you've got the back half of the jet here. You can also go ahead and kind of pull these pieces out to the side. This is the part I really like. This is a cool little bit. But anyway, he's got some clips right here that when you separate them, this piece rotates and is just clipped onto a post going across this piece. This will like to stay in Buster or Destroyer. So be careful when you're separating them to wiggle that and make sure that this piece doesn't stay stuck in here. It's really easy to just clip back on, but just be aware. I think you'll see there's a little groove there. So start off here and clip Destroyer into or onto. There we go. You'll hear it click. And there's still a little wibble there, but these pieces will rotate. There's some grooves here that we're going to tab on to this wing piece. So bring this up, make sure that tail's in the slot. Rotate this around, bring this out of the way, and get that, yeah, tab it in like that. Tab it in like that, just lock together. These pieces you can kind of do whatever you want with. And you can see it's secure. It's a little wibbly, but it all locks together here. And then the wings rotate up and plug in like that. Like this whole assembly, the wing, the gray and the purple wing slides up in that slot and then plugs into place up here. Then you kind of angle the wing forward over that. And then the guns, let's see, peg in. You can peg them in. Maybe I may not be using the right version and the right hole, but they peg in up here. Let's see. Go. And there we go. And then into the straight part on the wing. And the straight part of the wing. And there is your combined jet mode. It's big. It's hypersonic. I don't know. It's well, that tab is a little loose in that hole. But anyway, there it is. It is, technically this is Dreadwing. It's Dreadwind and Darkwing, or I guess this, I don't know. Do they have a combined mode for their name? If they were the G1 versions, the American versions, this would be Dreadwing. It would be Darkwing and Dreadwind combined to form Dreadwing. Buster and Hydra combined to form Giant Starship. Anyway. And to separate them again, you just unpeg everything. Untab these. And then to kind of wiggle here, can we? Yeah, it really wants to. There we go. Well, nope, see, it stayed in there. This piece just really likes to stay in there. And give me a second, I'll pop it back out. But that's what I'm talking about. Like, there may be a way to leverage that, but because the clip part is straight out, it's hard to leverage that in a way that pops that out without just pulling it right off that post. So anyway, let me get a little tool out here. I just had it. Where did it go? There we go. A little spudger, and we'll pop. Let's see if we can. Hey, hold on 1 second. All right, and after popping it off and a rousing chase, crawling around the kitchen floor trying to find it where it went under the table, we have the clip back, and it goes, I'm not sure, maybe it goes in a different direction. Maybe I had it wrong. Either way, you just got to clip it right back in here. Just clip it back on, and you're good to go. So now from here, to transform him into a robot, we're going to fold these back. And you can leave, if you want to, you can leave the wings up like this. You can give him wings out to the side, but you don't have to. We'll go ahead and lift his arms up. We'll go ahead and unpeg all this again. I'll kind of fold these up here. Actually, we want to get that out of the way. Go ahead and take this out because I don't remember how he fits, just to clear that up for all this stuff. So come back here, get the arms out again. Or go ahead and get the legs out. They just rotate out to the side like this. Sorry. There we go. And then they rotate to face forward. And then they slide a little bit like that. And then the feet slide in like this. And then you come around here, we'll go ahead and these pieces rotate around to the side here. There's some cool stuff going on here to fill out the legs. They're hollow, but then you flip this panel here out. Oh, there we go. Don't slide them up yet. Open this up, flip this down, flip this open like this, and then this panel, you see how it was collapsed, expands out, and this fills that gap just like that. And then the foot comes back. There's your heel piece. And then the toe piece. And then it slides to the side. You can see it's wide like that, and then it slides in. There's the feet. Collapse the leg. Oh, wait. And then, again, expand it. Flip it out. Fold it in. Slide it over. Open it up. There we go. Tap it in, and like so, even though he's got big hollow legs, some nice little panels there to hide it. Go ahead and bring these down. Go ahead and flip these back around. Wait, like this, yeah. Is that how we do them? Hold on. Let me get one picture here real quick. Yeah, okay. Like I said, you can have them facing up if you want. You can rotate them to have the stickers and the shiny bits facing up, but anyway. Arms out. These are going to rotate up and around onto the back, and they actually rotate. How do you bring this around here? Oh, that's right. I think. No, the purple should be in front. These things rotate around this post. There we go. Like that. And up and around like this. There we go. Could have sworn these, whatever. Well, because you got to go around the post. All right, so then this is going to hang down here. There is also, when you flip this down, this is like the weirdest thing about this. On this little post is a tiny little flip out tab that flips out like that. You can see this little tiny piece that when this is in, this flips up when you rotate this right. There we go. Well, no, that's not right either. Hold on, we'll figure this out. But anyway, that little thing's going to hook into here, and it's of dubious stability here. But, yeah. I'll figure out how to rotate those in just a second. All right. Stand up. He's a little back heavy right now because of where we left everything. Should I? All right. Gotta bring the legs forward here. Also, something we forgot to do is those hip plates, but we'll do those in just a second. Bring it down, get this out of the way. Yeah, you gotta get the purple in front of the red. Here we go, like this. And then flip this little ding dong out like that. So when you bring this up, there we go, like this. Wait, no, hold. How is that not facing? Oh, right, here we go, because when this comes down, this comes up. Well, no. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong tab. There we go. You come down. It should tab in right here on the side here. Although that's, oh right, because this piece has to, forgot, this piece rises up. In a not easy way to do it, the two side ribs here raise up. And it helps, yeah, it helps if you open up that container there, or the canopy, the cover. And then once that's up, now this little piece right here tabs into here, like that. And it kind of locks it into place, but like I said, it's dubious stability. because it's such a tiny tab and it doesn't take much for it to just pop right back out. I guess it's nice that they added it. It just seems weird to have such a tiny little piece that doesn't really, it's not a secure connection there. And I just accidentally smushed this back in, which happens. So yeah, anyway. Same on this side. Bring this up, this should sit. We're just gonna leave it in place, but this should sit like this, where it's like 90-degree angles on this piece. And then you can fold this down right here. And that's why you can't have the power pilot in, because you can't have these open with the wings out right there, unfortunately. Anyway, on the front, I come back here, bring the arms out of the way. This piece comes out and will rotate around like this, and then you fold, but about halfway through, you want to fold this around so it's folded up into the body and it isn't sticking out, because it's going to interfere with this. But this whole assembly comes out and down on this hinge, so that you flip out his head like that. This rotates around, and then there's two. It's kind of difficult to do. The sides here actually do come out, but getting it all to move, because it moves at the top and the bottom, and there's no place to grab it really easily in the middle. But like this whole piece extends out, and if you try to grab it just at the top, there we go. I got it. And there you go. There's the top and the bottom. I guess it's easier to do it from the top, and then once you've got the gap, widen out the bottom like that. And then you push this whole thing back into place, and that kind of limits his arm movement a little bit, but to a normal degree. And then these panels right here, flip down, open these up, and then there's a smaller side panel that flips out on this. Like that. And the wings down. His arms do the same kind of cha-chunk-chunk transformation that destroyers do, which is neat. And there he is in robot mode. Get him all supported here. And when you do it right, I really like the way the fins and the wings all work together to kind of give him a neat wing shape. He does have a big chunk of cockpit hanging off his back, which the original did too. So, also these should rotate. These should slide over and flip up a different way, I thought. Yeah, there we go. And give you a flat foot. So the heel slides over up that way. Power Pilot transforms just like the other one. You just bring his legs down. Like that. And there he is. He's got ball joints at the shoulders, hinge elbows, ball joint and hinge at the hip, and then a hinge at the knee. And then his guns, well, you fell over. Slide out the handle, open his hand up a bit, slide that right into the little groove there in his palm to hold it in place. And there is LERNAEAN. Are we gonna try to make you stand, or are we just gonna set you off to the side? Here, lean over. But he's got a ball joint at the head, as well as a little bit of swivel there. He's got ratchets at the arm, and then front to back. This little panel will open up to give him more movement. He's got a little bit of a crunch there, although now that just collapsed these panels, which are such a pain to get back out, but whatever. So be careful with that. He does have a waist swivel. Hinged elbows, obviously the articulated fingers and wrist swivel on all of the fingers. These panels will move out of the way to give him dual ratcheting hips. He's got a thigh swivel. He's got ratcheting knees to about 90 degrees. And then you got toe and heel articulation as well as some ankle tilt. And again with his buddy. Here they are in robot mode together. He's actually got his power pilot in his back, so that's why you're not seeing him here. But there they are together as a team. They look great. Like I said, I personally prefer the American G1 color scheme on these guys, so I'm really looking forward to their version of Dreadwind. No, Darkwing. Because I have Dreadwind over here, and he's great. Like I said, their Dreadwind is one of my favorite Transformers toys in the last, since I've started collecting. I just really, really love it. So having them together is neat. But there they are. There is Fans Hobby MB-24 LERNAEAN. He is, I believe he's in stores now. I did just see one of the overseas shops just showed off that they had stock of the Darkwing version of this, as well as that Toon version of Overlord that has the new pilot backs and everything. So fingers crossed those will be on their way to me soon. Certainly I hope that Darkwing shows up because I need him for his buddy. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope everything's going well. Enjoy, I don't know when this is going to go up, so enjoy your, that's going to bug me that this is not out all the way for the final version of the video. Although I can't get my finger in there. Well, whatever, we'll fix it for the photo. Anyway, there is Fans Hobby LERNAEAN. Thanks for watching. Hope all goes well. And things continue to be good. If you play Lorcana, enjoy playing Lorcana. I'm getting into the Star Wars Unlimited that's coming out in March, so if you want to play that, check it out. Anyway, take it easy. I'll talk at you later. Bye. Also, just real quick, I did find a way to get his pilot in robot mode. You just kind of have to move these out of the way to open this up all the way, pop them in there, and then kind of close these halfway, and that still gives him room for his back to close up. So you can, in fact, have his pilot in the back in robot mode, which is nice. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take it easy. Have a good one.